Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show where I answer questions, discuss topics, and all that jazz. Today is something a bit different. Today, not only am I answering questions and providing background game footage, I'm also actually playing the game at the same time. This is Euro Truck Simulator 2, and it's not a particularly interesting game just to commentate, really. The type of person who could make this interesting by myself is not I. So, I thought I'd couple my game library playthrough with all that jazz and answer some questions while I'm on the road. So, ladies and gentlemen, the first question comes in from David HL via Twitter. Do you prefer multiplayer or single player games? I'm going to go. If they hit me, it is their fault. Well, that's an interesting question. I'm very fond of storytelling in games. When I look at a game, I take into account how well is the story told. Does it make sense? Are there too many flaws in it? Is it just frankly unbelievable? And if it is, I'm severely less likely to purchase the game. However, in multiplayer games, I said however again, didn't I? In multiplayer games, you can't really rely on a story to carry the game because multiplayer games are typically more about competition and skill. And the way I say it may make it sound like it's immediately obvious I prefer single player games, but I'm really not sure if I do, because though I do value a story above many other mechanics in a game, I actually really like skill in competition. For instance, Chivalry is one of my favourite multiplayer games. Another one would be PlanetSide 2. The idea of organisation and teamwork in PlanetSide 2 especially, I really like the concept of that. Unfortunately, and this is the tipping point between the two, you can't really reliably organise in either of those games, and in other multiplayer games such as Dota 2 for instance. Instantly, I can answer your questions. I prefer single-player games. The reason being they provide a reliably, on average, a reliably higher quality of entertainment. Am I running a red light? No, I swear the other one was green. Whatever. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, like, okay. I love storytelling in games, right? Storytelling and role-playing as well. Role-playing is something I particularly enjoy doing, as you know from my Lifeless Planet episodes. And also, especially, I've mentioned this a few times in previous All That Jazz videos, but Metro 2033. Metro 2033, a first-person post-apocalyptic first-person shooter set in Russia. And it is perfect for role-playing. So much so that I considered making a series of it at one point, but it is fairly old. If I was going to, I'd probably get Last Light, and I've heard that's not quite as good. So we'll see what happens with that in the future. But it's those kind of games that I really like, and based on reviews and things, you can expect a given quality of entertainment. For multiplayer, unfortunately, a lot of it hinges on other people. Because, hey, that is the attraction of multiplayer. Having other people in your game is both a benefit and a curse, I suppose. It depends. A lot of the time it's purely luck on how nice and how willing those other people are to organise with you. So on the whole, I'd say yes, single player is probably preferable because it delivers a reliably and more expected experience. That can, on the other hand, be a bit of a problem. Because if it is always what you're expecting, you don't really have much room for spontaneous humour like you get in multiplayer. I've had some of my favourite moments in gaming in playing PlanetSide 2 and playing Dota 2 actually, and Chivalry. Those three games that I've mentioned are probably my favourite multiplayer games, at least at the moment. And the competition element is, as I've said, something that I can relate to. It's common opinion that people, especially in Dota and other multiplayer online battle arenas, is it? Or massive online battle arenas? I don't know, other MOBAs get too competitive, but you know. And I think that's true, I think that is definitely, again, another negative factor, but the competitive side of it is something that I can relate to, that is what I enjoy. So that's probably enough rambling on about the two. I'd say they both have their benefits, and I like both, I wouldn't say genres, I like both types of games. It's just that single player is more reliable. Okay, thank you very much for the question, David. The second question comes in from James via email. Hey Harv, what has been your favourite video on the channel? What was your best moment? What about your most proud moment? Now, I'm going to split these up. So, first of all, what has been your favourite video on the channel? It's kind of hard to say. It really is kind of hard to say. On one hand, I really liked my introducing StarMade video, because I think what I enjoy most about doing YouTube is the whole... No, what I enjoy doing most is the narration. I clarified this to myself a little while ago. The narration, the storytelling, the commentating over events that are happening within the game. I guess this All That Jazz series isn't a particularly great example of that. But you know, Lifeless Planet and especially Kerbal Space Program, where I edit up footage to tell a particular story and then commentate over it and narrate what's happening. So my favourite videos are generally along that vein, along that train of thought, and introducing StarMade, alongside other videos such as the Last Project teaser trailer and the Stanley Parable video that I made, they take that narration and then go a bit over the top, and actually include script writing as well. And script writing can be both a bane and a curse. Or, a bane and a boon, I suppose. That's quite a funny phrase, actually. A bane and a boon, a bane and a boon. I should have pulled off here. Whee! Oh, there we go. Ooh. I nearly missed the turning. Because script writing can make you sound very artificial. What? That car pulled off and then carried on. What a weird person. It can make you sound very artificial, and no doubt you've all experienced that at some point if you have seen videos of mine where I've done script writing. But on the other hand, you can prepare some really epic sounding things. Like, for instance, greed. Greed is the bane of all technologically advanced civilizations that dwell throughout this myriad of universes. You can use ridiculously long, complex sentences to make what you're saying sound epic. And get the timing really well done to emphasize whatever your message is. And I like that. I like emphasizing things in that manner. Have I gone the wrong way? The map is red and doesn't seem to be moving. Oh, whatever, I'll carry on. It'll be fine, I'm sure it'll be fine. So yes, that's what I like about those type of videos, and so my favourite video probably is introducing StarMade. The reason being, when I watched it back recently, I actually got goosebumps. The music went so well with the commentary. It's just fun. The game is called StarMade. And it's coming to this YouTube channel. I just loved it. I really, really enjoyed writing the script. I enjoyed doing the commentary. I enjoyed filming the footage. I even enjoyed editing it. All round, it was one of the best experiences I've had making a video. However, I'm not sure if it was my best video. Favourite and best are obviously two very different things. Best implies quality, whereas favourite does no such thing. I think I am on the right road. I can see green on the map up ahead. So yeah, I'd probably say it's going to be one of those. It could be the Stanley Parable video as well, because that was similarly quite entertaining, and I liked my ability to convey a story other than that which was portrayed by the game. You know, slotting in my own story. Please, nobody car come, no car come, no car come. Can I overtake this guy? Slow down for me, at least. There we go. So yeah, it's between Stanley Parable video and the introducing StarMade video. My best moment is the second one that you mentioned. Best moment on the channel. Or best moment whilst recording, I suppose. And it's probably between two things. The sense of elation and the sense of achievement and satisfaction following my Mirror's Edge speedrun. My personal record attempt, which was successful. I live streamed it and then exported to YouTube, so again, the quality of that video was kind of rubbish. The quality of the commentary, in part, was also not particularly great. But just the feeling, the achievement, the sense of oh crap. Oh, balls. Reversing, reversing, reversing. The sense of accomplishment in that was beautiful. And I really, really enjoyed it, and just after finishing it, after an hour and a half of constant pain in my left hand, as Mirror's Edge is... It's quite a sadistic game to play at a high skill level, I suppose. But after, yeah, that was beautiful. I really, really felt great. And a similar moment was in the Tylo mission, when I travelled to Tylo and I performed the Wet Jeb maneuver. Why is it on mode 8 or 9? I don't understand this vehicle. The Wet Jeb maneuver, which basically involved deorbiting with something that wasn't able to land, detaching, burning both separate crafts at once, and managing each mission independently. It didn't quite turn out how it was supposed to, but nonetheless it was brilliant, a beautiful moment. Uplifting and elating, and other such E-words. Hang on, uplifting doesn't start with an E. What the hell am I on about? Ing-words, there you go, ing-words. It's between those two, I would say. There are probably other ones that I'm not thinking about. It's just that on my mind recently has been those two videos, so I'd say they are the best moments. And then finally, the most proud moment has got to be, with no question, when I raised over $10,000 for charity water in the Kerbal Polar Expedition 1. That was one of the best moments of my life, actually. I brought together a team of YouTubers and we commentated for hours upon end throughout the course of a week. So many things went wrong. We didn't even finish the actual goal, which was to drive a buggy from the Kerbal Space Center on the equator all the way to the North Pole. We didn't even accomplish that, and yet we raised so much money for charity. The power of doing charitable work. You know, I didn't gain from that. I didn't gain from doing that live stream at all. Every single penny I made, I gave to charity throughout the duration of the event. And I gave up significantly large amount of time. I had to deal with my family in order to actually get the internet usage to be able to stream. But it was so worth it. It was absolutely worth it. Just doing great things for other people is something to be proud of. And considering the fact that I was only 15 years old when I achieved that only serves to emphasize the point. So yeah, without question, the most proud moment has got to be when I did that. And it makes me worried as well, it makes me worried for this year, because the Kerbal Polar Expedition 2 is happening August 6th. I didn't speed, you Kerbal Polar Expedition 2 is happening August 6th to August 10th. I don't think there's any cars coming. And yeah, it is going to be the second time we try for the North Pole. And this time, I'm quite certain that I'll be able to actually get to the North Pole. I'm not certain that I'll be able to raise as much money, though. Don't you dare hit me. How could you not see me? God, what an idiot. Because my viewership has decreased since this time last year. Though my subscribers have surpassed 100,000 in number, my active viewership has definitely decreased. You can tell that solely from the fact that the the announcement video for last year's has got more views than the announcement video for this year's. So I'm worried that not so many people will watch. I'm worried that because we're doing the same thing, not so many people will be inclined to donate. But at the same time, I'm really thrilled because I'm going to do my damnedest to try and overcome that. And finally, the final question comes in from Mike via YouTube. Thank you, James, for the question originally. Oh, turning. Final question from Mike on YouTube. Hi Harv, could you talk about that project you were working on? The one that you've been using Blender for? Yes, I can, if you would let me cross the border first. View to different locations. I guess this is the one we're going to, okay. So, that project, that's one that I've been dropping hints about occasionally. I kind of yes and kind of can't talk about it. Where are my lights? There we go. L? Yeah, that's better. Let's go. I kind of can't start. We are in the progress. In the process of creating a virtual reality input device. Am I driving on the left-hand side or the right-hand side? I'm gonna drive on the right for the time being. We're in Europe, right? Yeah, Europeans drive on the right-hand side of the road. Crazy Europeans. So, virtual reality input device. Essentially, I'm putting your hands and your fingers, or more specifically mine, I suppose, into virtual reality. There's a place called XXXX. Is that some sort of weird prostitution? No, I'm not gonna follow that train of thought. Yes! God, it's so distracting actually playing a game whilst trying to talk, isn't it? Absolutely. So, currently there is only one available product, and it's not even available yet, which does this, that I'm aiming to achieve. And it's called Control VR, produced by the very famous Brandon Loch, I think his name is. One of the Freddy W team, or used to be part of the Freddy W team. VFX guys, they make amazing videos. One of my favourite YouTubers, actually, until recently. Not for any reason relating to this, just, you know, I kind of lost interest. But yeah, he is working with a team of very experienced people in the industry to produce a hand and finger tracking solution, utilising primarily military-grade accelerometers. If it's available on Kickstarter, you can back it now, and to get both arms tracked and in your game will set you back by about $600. Now, I'm not going to talk much more about it because I can't show anything. I have no way of competing at the moment. It's still very much in development. The design is still being done on my produce. But I can pretty much guarantee it's going to cost a lot less than $600. So I'm confident that should I be able to pull off the technology and get the latency down and accurate enough, which I'm quite confident in as well, I may have something very exciting to bring you. In conjunction with the Oculus Rift Dev Kit 2 that should be arriving sometime next month. I was not speeding! You were slowing! Ugh. Should be arriving sometime next month. We are driving on the right-hand side of the road, I just remembered. I should be able to bring you some very exciting videos, and hopefully I should be able to bring you a very exciting product. If you've already been set back hundreds of pounds or dollars, whatever your regional currency is, to get into virtual reality, then I don't want to have to end up charging you too much money for this extra peripheral. That is the concept behind it. And some exciting things are gonna happen. Very exciting things. And look where we are, we're pretty much at our destination. So thank you very much for joining me in my journey across the countries. I quite enjoyed it, and I'm not going to make this turn, am I? Managed to do it, managed to do it. Thank you very much for the questions, David, James and Mike. And now that we are here, I just need to park this trailer. I could skip the parking. I could skip it. Yeah. Ow. Ow. I can't move. Well, I guess that answers that question then. Thank you very much for watching. If you would like to submit some questions for my series, for all that jazz, you can send your questions and discussion topics to hocgaming@live.co.uk or via Twitter @HOCgamer, or leave them as a comment in reply to this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'm gonna have to figure out what to do about this.